Hello, beautiful, and good morning. Welcome to the Desire More Show with me, More Yelvington of Morph. Transform your reality, where I help you feel safe and seen in your body so you can live the life you desire. So this show is all about me bringing up guests and facilitating them live to create the life that they desire and to remove the blocks and beliefs that are blocking them from receiving what they really want in their life. And so if this is the first time you're watching live and you desire to come live with me, just push the join live button and you can come on and I can facilitate you on what is keeping you stuck from receiving and creating what you truly want in your life. A lot of us are holding on to beliefs and blocks and programs, and by removing them, we can start receiving the stuff that we want. And so if you're listening live and you want to join, feel welcome to push the join live button and hop on live with me. Also, if you kind of want to think about it and see what it's about, you are welcome to go into my bio and there's a link there that you can register and be a guest on a future show. So this morning, I want to talk to you about anger and how anger controls us and how many times we have this hidden anger that we're not aware of. So I'm going to share this story with you. Ready? Some story time. So if you've been following along, you will see that this past week I took my husband to a trip to Hawaii for his 40th birthday. It was an amazing 5 days in paradise. If you haven't been to Hawaii, I highly recommend it. Maui was incredible. And our experience was amazing. But on the way home in the airport, we sat down and we were having lunch and we were just talking about our kids and a conversation that came up, and we were sitting there and we were talking about a subject that we have different opinions about. And when the subject came up and I responded, he said to me, "More, you have so much anger about this." Like, even though, we're in a restaurant, I'm not like yelling by any means, right? But he said there's a lot of anger there. And I was able to sit with this because I wasn't aware that I had anger about this subject. But he was right. I could feel inside me like my blood was bubbling. He's like, your energy right now is so intense. Like, even though I wasn't saying anything and I was sitting, the energy was intense. I could feel it and he could feel it. And so he said, how about we... And I said to him, well, how can you not be angry about this? And he said something to me that really opened my mind in a different way. He said, what if it doesn't have to be like that? What if you don't have to feel like that? And for a minute, I wanted to, take all that anger and throw it at him, because I was like, what do you mean it doesn't have to be like that? This is a situation. It's making me very mad. And he said, but it doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to make you that mad. Why is it making you so mad? And he said, you know what? We're going to stop. We're not going to talk about this right now. We're in a restaurant. This can become a big conversation. Let's just stop it here and we'll take it when we get home. And I was really frustrated with this response because I wanted to hash it out right now. I wanted to figure it out right now. I wanted to dive into it right now. I wanted to defend. I wanted to avoid. I wanted to deflect. I wanted to throw it on him. I wanted to blame him. I wanted to blame me, right? I wanted to dissect it by him saying like, no, not right now. And us like pulling our energy back and kind of, taking time to deflect with me, with myself, was a huge gift. So I was angry, right? I was like, fine, fine, we won't talk about this. And kind of walked away with myself and took a minute and went to the bathroom. And I was kind of ignoring him for a few minutes. We're in the airport. He was on one side, I was on the other side. We were walking to the gate. And I was just managing my emotions, managing my anger. And I was like, he's right. I'm not going to do a big scene here. There's no need. I don't want to ruin the end of our trip. But what he said to me was really big, and I started contemplating this. And I came home with this in my head. And what was really big for me was this awareness of, I have all this hidden anger about this that I wasn't aware of. And that was the first thing that was really eye-opening for me. And then I started asking myself this question: what if it didn't have to be that way? And so my other thinking brain was like, okay, well, what is the other option here? If this situation makes me very angry, right? If I have I'm very angry in the situation. What if I didn't have to be this angry in a situation? What is the other option? What can I do not to be angry about it? How can I feel differently about it? Is it my own personal beliefs that are causing this anger? Is it my fears about what's going to happen with my children? Is it me being out of control that's causing this anger? Like, where is this anger stemming from? It really gave me the ability to step back and to look inside of me and find, where am I creating this? Why am I creating this? Is it mine? First of all, like, is this anger really mine? Is this anger built on, the belief of what my child should do or what my child should be or how they should act? Is it based on fear of judgment of what others are going to think about my child or how they act or how they respond? Right? There was a lot of stuff there that came up. And then I asked another question to myself when I'm sitting, so this is me in my bed, like just contemplating all these emotions. Like, okay, I have this anger. Where'd it come from? Is it mine? This is the process that I do when I process my big emotions. And the funny thing is, when you're not even aware of those emotions, that's another whole level. Another whole level. Because I realized, like, wow, how much anger am I hiding from myself? Because maybe I don't want to deal with it because it's really uncomfortable. This was a very uncomfortable situation to sit in and to deal with, because I literally had to kind of give into the anger, kind of dissect it, like, okay, what is this really about? What is this really coming from? What is the root of it? And then what can I do differently? Because this is the thing that I realized, was that every time this came up, the energy of the anger came up too. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example. My 9-year-old, she loves to eat sweets, like loves to eat sweets. And in our house, there's a rule of like, you can have one sweet a day and that's your sweet. So you can choose whatever sweet you want. When you come home from school, that can be your sweet. But I have sweets in the house. We have sweet, we have ice cream. And so if she wants, she will go in and just take whatever she wants. Because our rule of thumb is listen to your body. You ask your body what your body wants. And your body is, if your body wants sugar right now, I'm not going to, be mad about it. You want to, you know the rules. These are the rules. You follow them. You choose what you want. And then whatever, if your body wants that, and that's why I tell them, it's your body. What does your body want? Does your body want all this sugar right now? Okay, let's see, how is that going to affect you? We give them the choices, we give them the tools. And so she just, constantly will choose to take more sweets. Now, growing up, I was always shamed for, eating sugar and being, bigger. And so all my stuff would come up every time she would do that. All my ideas, all my judgments about her body and how she feels and all her emotions and all my fears for her, all the judgments that I was put on came up for me, and I would respond that way. Now, I was able to shift from that, but I wasn't aware that I still carried the anger from it. And so when she would go and grab a sweet, all the emotions of that will come up for me. And even if I don't say a word, you can feel the energy. When somebody is mad and they walk into a room, you feel the energy, right? When somebody is sad and they walk into a room, you feel the energy. And so my energy alone was instigating her reaction. especially with children. Children are so receptive to energy. So if my energy is, aggressive and her energy is defensive, it's going to clash. And even if there's no words involved here, and this is soul energetical exchange, there's still an exchange. And so, children and adults too, if somebody tells you not to do something, you're probably going to go do it. And so even if I wasn't telling her not to do something with my words, I was deflecting it with my energy. And so all this was coming up for me. And I went to bed and I had this dream, and it had a lot of messages for me. I always, when I'm in a contemplating mode like this, the dreams come up and they have a lot of messages. And my dream actually showed me how my inner conflict and my hidden anger is actually creating the things I'm fearing the most. Because those places that I'm mad about, I'm putting so much energy that I'm not aware of. Again, I wasn't aware of this. And this is why energy work is so powerful, because so much of what's going on with us is things that we're not aware of. It's not in our subconscious brain. It's not like we're sitting and I can tell you, oh, I'm really angry that my kid chooses to eat cookies versus cucumbers, right? It wasn't like that. It was a lot deeper than that, in a place that I put away that I didn't want to look at. And so so in my dream, I really saw the situations like what I worry about my kids, and how my worry or my need to control the outcome is going to create the exact opposite, because that's where my energy is focused instead of the outcome of what I actually desire. Okay? So if you're listening to this and you're like, what are you talking about? My brain is exploding. What is going on right now? Ask yourself, where are you holding on to your hidden anger? And start getting awareness for you to where you are hiding these things from yourself. Because the truth is, as we start creating our fears and creating the stuff we don't want, because that's where our energy goes to. And so when we can be aware, so this is how I shifted it. So next morning I wake up, and instead of getting angry about the situation, I ask myself, what if it doesn't have to be this way? What if I didn't have to be angry? What else can show up? And then I got all these different energies of possibilities. So the minute I let the energy of anger go and the need to control go, I was able to open the door and let other energies and other options come through. And I was able to release the anger from me and also from my kid. So that kind of like stressy, energy that we could have in the morning has changed. It doesn't have to be there anymore, and it's not. And so that's been a huge shift, and it's been amazing to witness how when we can look at those things that we don't want to look at, when we go deep inside and we clear the things that we're hiding from ourselves, the magic that can show up for us is so amazing, because we could be so present with who we really are. Because again, that anger, that energy, that wasn't really me, right? It was stuff that I was holding onto from my childhood, from how I was treated. So it's almost like my inner child was in there all angry, right? All angry. And I had to do that healing with my inner child and release that and step into the adult more, right? And operate from the adult, not from the child, not from the inner child. And so that is the work that I do with my clients. But when I get to do it on myself and then give the awareness to you, you don't have to do all the hard work. And that's what's amazing. You can start asking these questions and using these tools to create more awareness for you in your life. So you don't have to to feel like that. So if you're listening, I'm just curious, like, does this resonate with you? Have you had these kind of experiences with your children where you feel this this unresolved anger, and sometimes maybe you don't know where it's from? I think a lot of times we feel like this anger is coming because, we have to rush out the door and they're not listening to us. How much of it is because we're not being seen, we're not being heard, we're feeling out of control? And so what I realized is the only thing we can really control is us and how we react and how we respond. But we have to be aware and we have to have the tools. So just take a deep breath in. Do you want to play? Let's play. And of course, if this is resonate with you and you want to clear this in you and you're listening live, please join the live. And I would love to clear this stuff from you so you can create more space for yourself. You can always ask to join the live on the Desire More show, and we will facilitate you and clear what's keeping you stuck. Okay, so if you want to do that, just ask to join the live. But if you just want to play behind the scenes, just take a deep breath in and let it go. And just close your eyes for a minute and expand your awareness out. Just expand out. And ask your body to show you, body, where am I holding on to hidden anger? And just see what you get. Is it a heaviness? Is there a lightness? And just ask, what if it didn't have to be this way? What would it take to release this anger with total ease now? So if you want and ready to release this anger and let it go, it's not serving you. It's not serving your family, not serving your partner, not serving your relationships, and definitely not serving your body. Because how much weight does that take on your body to carry that load? It's a big load. So, are you willing to let go of all this hidden anger now with total ease? If you are, just say yes. And I'm going to count to 5. And when I get to 5, I just want you to imagine it leaving your body. All this hidden anger just leaving your body, releasing and letting go. Okay? On 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and just breathe it out. Move your body a little bit. If you need to do some tapping, you can do some tapping. And just take a deep breath in and breathe out, and notice if you feel any shift, any change. Is it lighter? And start getting these awarenesses. Okay? So next time you're feeling like this big emotion's coming up, ask, does it really need to be like this? What is an other option that I have here? What is the infinite possibility that I have here? How can I shift and change this with total ease? And what is the other option that I have here? Does it have to be this anger? Or can I choose something different? So thank you for being here with me on the Desire More show. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day and a great weekend. Again, if you want to be guest on my show, go and sign up for the link in the bio. And if you're interested to do this work with me, I have a few spots available right now for my open coaching. It's a one-on-one private coaching. We do 12 weeks. It's 3 months of one-on-one intensive healing work. But after every session, you'll feel lighter and lighter. And you'll be amazed at how amazing your life will shift and change. And will put you on this trajectory to what you want to create. So if you're interested in listening more about that and learning more about that, I have a link in my bio. Book now a connection call. Because all I know is we're running out of time here, people. Every day that we don't do this work on us and we don't choose us and we are, doing the same thing over and over again, nothing's changing. So what can you do today to create the life that you actually want and desire? Have a link in the bio, book a free session. Let's talk and see how we can get you there. I love you. Have a fabulous rest of your weekend, and I will see you on Monday. Bye.